So rather than bore you with all of the other details that you can find elsewhere in more well thought out videos, I'm going to show you what it's like to use Kontakt 8 and some of the new Komplete 15 instruments in a practical sense. First, I want to talk about the side pane, because for me, this is everything. I know it might be nothing to some people, but this little compact window right here, chef's kiss, 100%. So you see that we have two different sections here. We have the instruments and the tool. So tools are the chords and phrases tools. If you haven't had a chance to look at them yet, we will talk about them in this video. And the little instruments pane here, this is a very welcome addition for me. So whether I choose to use the complete control to navigate and add the instrument stacks, or combined instruments, we're going to call them now. So let me show you an example with the combined instruments. These are basically Kontakt multis, I think is what you used to call them. I don't know, guys. So Conflux is one of the new additions for Komplete 15 and Kontakt 8. And you can see that they have 33 combined presets. To my understanding, I think what they mean by combined here is, let's load one of them up. I don't know why that was playing by itself, but I'm sure there's going to be updates to fix that. So yes, as you can see, this combined instance isn't really combining instruments. It's just combining one of the new tools with Conflux. So you see here, we have the phrases tool. You can see on the keys across here, this is going to play phrases. So I was already noodling around with this earlier. That's a pretty good sounding instrument, I'm not gonna lie. But let's say that I wanted to add another layer to this real quick. I could either choose from instruments, or I can go through the plethora of one-shots that I have from all these expansions. Let's add something from this new library called Slower from E Instruments. If you haven't checked it out yet, I got a video coming out with that. That's a really lo-fi sounding piano. So let's add that to here. And now you're going to see that it's going to go underneath Conflux in the instrument side pane here. And scroll down and we can see it. Let's see. Actually, I'm really curious. So I have Conflux highlighted here. Ah, so is this not routed? Now let me turn Conflux off and see if this is actually still playing slower. If you're using it on the keyboard, it's pretty quick to switch through them. I know you guys can't see this on the screen here, but you can see how it's switching back and forth through them. So you know, I have this open, and then so I can really quickly switch back and forth to play around with the macros on the keyboard. Just for, while we're here, let's test some of these randomizations for the phrases tool. Okay, that's not working out so well with this preset, but. So when you're looking to add something to your rack, you can use the categories here to choose what you want to be adding. So if I wanted to add a one shot from Bazazian. Okay, here's something that I'm noticing right now. So I'm going to the one shots. I can't seem to narrow down the categories like I do if I go to the library. So I have the empty rack slot selected here. I've got the one shots category chosen. I got Bazazian artist expansion. And as you can see, I can't change categories within the expansion. So as of right now, you have to go back to the library view go to sound type, and then choose what you want from there. So I'm gonna add this synth sound, the synth one shot from the Bazzazian expansion, add it into the rack. Looks like it loaded it up into Leap, which is another addition to the Kontakt 8. I have not played around with this yet, but it is very similar to, what's that thing you see all the commercials about right now on YouTube? Output Arcade, Output Arcade, Output Arcade. This is what I don't understand right now. Like what just happened? It opened Leap, huh? Right? So that seems to be there. And then I press the key and now it's an empty slot. Somebody help. So, interesting. You know, I would think that the one shot would open up in a sampler. I mean, unless I'm missing something here, which I most likely am. Moving on. Something that's really important to remember if you didn't catch it from any of the other videos before, these tools, the new tool features built into Kontakt, this is open for Kontakt developers to make their own tools. So I'm kind of curious to see what we're going to have in store from some of these other companies. I think it'd be great to have something with the type of depth that Scalar 2 has built into the top here. You know, like if we're looking at the chords, there's 104 presets, which, you know, that's a lot of chord progressions, I'm not going to lie, but let's substitute the Conflux with Kithara, which is only included in the Collector's Edition. Now I'm going to jump into the chords tool. Let's load up this Find My Way Home and see if I can find my way home. Why did I say that? You can see the CPU spikes happening on my screen right now. We are using 113 megabytes of RAM with this right now as well too. Okay, let's get real for a second here though. By the way, if you don't know, Kirby stands for Keep It Real, Be Yourself. Now, what I want to talk about is what is the focus for Native Instruments right now? Because when this keyboard launched last year, I thought that the big focus was on Complete Control, and they're still developing Complete Control. By the way, don't get me wrong, I really like it because I like the ability to use non-Kontakt instruments with this keyboard. As a user, I'm kind of left wanting something from Complete Control and something from Kontakt 8 to be used vice versa, I should say. I haven't even tested it, but I mean, if I'm using a Kontakt instrument within Complete Control, can I use the chords and tools within it? Or is that like too much of an inception? I don't know. I'm a little bit confused, hence the thumbnail. And if you thought that was clever, make sure to hit the thumbs up button for me. What do you guys think? The chords and scales feature for Complete Control is useful, and the ability to use it as standalone outside of the Complete Control system as well too, like just straight from the Mark III keyboards. But I want to be able to use the chords and phrases tool on non-Kontakt instruments. Either way, I mean, Kontakt instruments are not going anywhere, and these are welcome additions. I really, really like the workflow for me anyways. This sort of compact little view here is way better than the other stack that you had to look at that was way outdated. The chords and phrases tool I think are like a nice little Kickstarter for some people. I'm interested to see what kind of combined instruments start getting added. I mean, within Complete 15, could we not have a bunch of developed presets that are combined? You know, like can I not have a combined preset with like 3 different Play Series instruments on it? I would love to see that from Native Instruments, or at least some sort of user database going on in the community too. Now, I have other videos that I'm digging deeper into some of the other features here, but I really want to know what you guys think about this. Is it worth the upgrade for you, whether you're just going to upgrade from Kontakt 7 to Kontakt 8? Are you upgrading to Kontakt 15? Let me know in the comments. And how much you think this is actually going to affect your workflow and your day-to-day productions.